and basically I fell into some financial difficulties due to unplanned medical expenses, and I fell behind on my mortgage and basically was going through a foreclosure. I'd initially tried to work with the lender myself, and I'd sent them all the documentation, and after multiple attempts of resending the same documentation and them saying they didn't get it, eventually I decided I was going to try to work with a law firm. So we were served papers for intent to foreclose, and I called a few agencies or a few attorneys, and the Van Horn Law Group is one of the ones that called me back. And after, I guess doing my own personal interview as to who I should go with, I decided to go with the Van Horn Law Group. I would say professionalism at its utmost or at its highest. And the reason why I would say that is because one of the law firms that called me back when I was experiencing my challenges automatically referred me to basically filing bankruptcy. And they gave me the impression that that was my only option. I'd done a lot of research, I was overwhelmed by the data that I found online, and I was about to give up. And then Eugene called me on a Saturday. My daughter was tutoring, I was in the car just waiting. And we explored, I told him everything that I was going through. We explored my option, and he did say, yeah, bankruptcy was an option, but based on what I was going through, he recommended trying for a loan modification. And then he said if that didn't work out, that I could move on to bankruptcy. But the previous attorney gave me the impression that bankruptcy was all I had left, the option. And so the fact that Eugene gave me options, told me the pros and cons of each, and from there he referred me to Nicole, who I worked with throughout the entire process, she was amazing from start to finish. She kept me on track. When I fell behind on getting her what she needed, she kept calling. Just a level of professionalism, I think would be a phrase that I would use to refer to them. Well, I would say the honesty, because from my understanding, the fee for what I needed to do was more or less regulated by Florida laws. So to me, aside from the fee, the fact that they gave me the option and they told me straight up what that was, the pros and cons of each, I would say just the honesty and the frankness of it all. When you're going through what you're going through, regardless of what legal issues, in my case it was the pending foreclosure, you need somebody that is an expert in the field, and that's somebody that's going to have compassion and understanding and help guide you through the whole process. Even though I was working with Van Horn on a modification, I had other issues that I needed to work on myself. I didn't pay Van Horn for that, but they still kind of helped me finagle and guide my way through that process. So I feel like it wasn't, I'm sure it wasn't about just the money. Thank you a million times over to the agency as a whole, but to Nicole personally. When I first signed on, I thought I was going to be working with Eugene, who was absolutely awesome in the beginning. And initially I was a little bit disappointed by that, but it eventually ended up working for the best. I just want to tell him that he has a great team, and thanks.